السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا إلى مكتبتي. Welcome to my library. We're back with some more gems that we picked up. These we picked up one day while helping one of the brothers at the bookstore. I found these amongst one of our many trips there one day. So I figured I'd put these 6 books in a video. Inshallah, it'll be quick, bi'idhnillah. This one is الصرف الصغير ونظمه وفتحه وشرحه. This is by Sheikh Sulaiman al-Ayouny. Sheikh Sulaiman al-Ayouny is a professor and a doctor in the Arabic language, the College of the Arabic Language in Muhammad ibn Saud University in Riyadh. This الصرف الصغير is a small book that he wrote, but then he turned it into poetry, and he also kind of gave it a key and an explanation. And so this is related to sarf, and it's very, very beneficial. Very beneficial. His works, and usually everything he does in the Arabic language is usually beneficial. This was الصرف الصغير, and the next one is النحو الصغير. Same thing. You can see it's cream color paper, 2-color. This book, this particular النحو الصغير is 319 pages. الصرف الصغير is 326 pages, right? And it's basically everything you need to learn basic Nahu and Sarf. The next book I have was actually really cheap, just 1 KD. For some reason, they were giving it away at 1 KD, which is about $3.25 right now. This is أسباب اختلاف الرواية عن الإمام أحمد. The reasons for different reports coming from Al-Imam Ahmad, meaning different answers that he might give. And it's well known, and he talks about it in the introduction here, that in all the madhahib, you might find contradictory statements where Abu Hanifa says one thing, and then somewhere else, according to another student, he gave a different answer to the same or similar question. Likewise, Imam Malik, Imam Shafi'i, and Imam Ahmed. And this poses a problem sometimes for the student when he wants to follow that particular madhab and that ruling. But it's really well known from Imam Ahmed. Rarely do you find a position except that he had more than one statement, sometimes up to 5 or 6, and possibly more when it comes to one issue. This is wajib, this is makruh, this is this, all inside of one issue. So here the author addresses why is that? Why is that we find these different opinions from him? And he goes and he talks about it, and he says in the introduction, reading it, and I haven't read the book, but he talks about it, that Imam Ahmed, rahimahullah, his madhab was not written down right away. Also, the wordings of Imam Ahmed, the fact that he himself might have changed his ijtihad, like Imam Shafi'i changed his madhab from before Misr and then in Misr. And then dealing with the fact that some of the narrations that come are weak. The language might be different. It might be narrated by meaning and not by what Imam Ahmed actually said. And then therefore this could change the fatwa by being misnarrated. People who are not reliable narrating it, maybe people from another madhab, narrating what Imam Ahmed said, and therefore making his statement in line with theirs, so on and so forth. This book deals with that. And as we can see here, he has a lot of sources that he's using, although they're not numbered. They're pages after pages of sources that are being used. All these pages from 253 to 273. So 21 pages worth of resources, at least 10 pages, 10 resources per page. Then that's at least 200 and some, if not 250 resources being used. It is a total of 279 pages, counting the table of contents. Hardback, missing our bookmark. The first two books were paperback, but this one is hardback. It's nice hardback, but it is missing the bookmark. It's one color print on white paper. Still enjoyable, inshallah ta'ala. The next book we have is Kitaab al-Mahna, the book of the trial. This is the trial of Imam Ahmed, rahimahullah ta'ala, according to the narration of his son, Salih, right? His son Salih, who died in the year 260. And it is just the narration of the fitna, of the trial of Imam Ahmed and the Quran being created. This book, as we can see, is on cream paper, one color, and it is 352 pages. And it's all basically the conversation or the story. And as you can see, it's completely vowelized. And that's happening with a lot of books recently. It's here's some manuscripts after the study. We can see the study is almost 100 pages, or if you count the manuscript pages, it's more than 100 pages long, the research, and then the actual text of what Salih ibn al-Imam Ahmed said. Completely vowelized. And then back here we have some faharis and some resources. The book itself, as we can see, if we stop, we'll see the book stops on page 254. And it starts on page 110 or something, we said. So it's about 150 pages, plus the research, plus the resources and everything else involved. That's the trial of Imam Ahmed according to the narration of his son Salih. The next book is Sharh الأربعين النسائي or النسائية, 40 hadith regarding women. This hadith is 40 hadith regarding women. It was originally compiled by, if I remember, let me see here. Originally, this book was compiled by Dr. Muhammad Shakir Sharif. It has 43 hadith in it, right? And although this book contains 43 hadith, only 25 of them are explained. So we get to hadith number 25. We can see that it is two-color print on cream paper. We get to hadith number 25. That's the end of the explanation. And then they just bring the 40 hadith or 43 hadith all over again by themselves without any explanation, because the last 18 hadith were not explained. We can see here that it is 231 pages, including the table of contents. It has our bookmark, and it's just 40 hadith. So, for example, the first hadith that was brought is the hadith that do not prevent the women from going to the masajid, but their houses are better. لا تمنعوا نساءكم المساجد وبيوتهن خير لهن. And he goes to explain it. Then the second hadith, قد أذن أن تخرجن في حاجتكن. Then they have been permitted to go out for their needs, meaning to use the bathroom, of course. Right? They didn't have bathrooms in their houses. It goes to explain that hadith. Then the next hadith, all of this regarding women, how she should be with herself, how her house is better, how she is with her husband, how she is with her family members, how she is with her relatives, how she is with the society as a whole. إن المرأة عورة فإذا خرجت استشرفها الشيطان وأقرب ما تكون من وجه ربها في قعر بيتها. So the woman is awrah, right? So when she goes out, then shaitan makes her look good, and the best that she is to the face of her Lord is in the closet part of her house, the most inner part of her house, and so on. And then as we said, he calls for, in the introduction, for someone to complete the hadith on his methodology, on Abdullah ibn Muhammad ibn Sa'id al-Shahrani, for someone to complete it on his methodology, but they did not do so at the time of this printing. And then the last book was a giveaway that they were giving away at the bookstore. It is by Sheikh Abdulaziz al-Sudhan, Allah yahfadhahu, من وصايا العلماء لطلبة العلم مع صور لحمة السلف في طلب العلم. So this first, if we look at the table of contents, we can see it's cream. It's paperback, but it's cream, one color ink. The first 20 or so pages are all about statements from the ulama encouraging seeking knowledge. And then from page 29 on, and there are 89 pages, and counting this one. So for the next 60 pages, we have glimpses of the importance that the Salaf gave to seeking knowledge. In the first one, we have some different glimpses of different scholars from the Salaf, and then we have a glimpse into the life of Sheikh Ibn Baz and his importance on seeking knowledge, the life of Sheikh al-Albani, and the life of Sheikh Abdullah Jibreen, rahimahumullah ta'ala. That's this book, the importance of seeking knowledge, something to motivate you. Maybe when you get down, you see we have a bunch of short statements here, right? A bunch of just short statements, benefits. قال Abdullah ibn Wahab, Sahib al-Imam Malik, and then قال ibn Abbas, قال Muhammad ibn Nadr, so on. Just short statements you could read maybe to get you out of that slump. And then you can also read some about Sheikh Ibn Baz, Sheikh al-Albani, Sheikh Abdullah Jibreen, so that you can have some role models in our current times for seeking knowledge. This is what we have today, these few books. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll come back with another book review in the next few days. Please give us a like, leave a comment, share it with your friends and family if you think they'll benefit. Inshallah ta'ala. Any comments, corrections, suggestions, you can also put them in the comments below. Jazakumullah khairan. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.